It is important to strengthen immunity to overcome the rampant corona-19. Did you know that sex is a great way to boost your immunity? Good sex improves longevity, immune system, joy, pain management, and sexual and reproductive health. Are you just going to sleep tonight in a place like this? 1. Longevity. Serious research on sex began in the 1940s by Dr. Alfred Kinsey in the United States. Physical touch increases trust-enhancing oxytocin and lowers levels of the chronic stress hormone cortisol. Researchers at Queen's University in Belfast, Ireland, studied 1,000 men between the ages of 45 and 55 and divided them into 3 groups: those who had sex more than twice a week, those who had sex less than once a month, and those who had sex less than once a month. The results showed that the mortality rate of men who had the least amount of sex was twice as high as that of the group with the most sex, and the mortality rate of the middle group was 1.6 times higher than that of the most frequent group. Regular sexual contact with a committed partner helps keep the body and brain healthy. When sex is lacking, people find pleasure through activities such as internet use, drugs, alcohol, and gambling. Men and women need touch, eye gaze, and sexual connection to stay healthy. 2. Strengthen immune function. Psychologists at Wilkes University in Pennsylvania, USA, found that students who had sex regularly had better immune systems and higher levels of immunoglobulin A, IgA, an antibody that fights colds and flu. According to gynecologist Dr. Dudley Chapman, orgasm increases infection-fighting cells by up to 20%. 3. Healthy sexual and reproductive behavior. Dr. Winifred Cutler, an expert in behavioral endocrinology, published a study showing that regular sex can also positively impact reproductive health. Regular intimate sexual activity with a partner facilitated fertility by regulating the menstrual pattern, resulting in a regular menstrual cycle and relief of menstrual cramps. Sexual activity throughout pregnancy has been shown to have a protective role against preterm birth, especially between 29 and 36 weeks of gestation. 4. Maintain youthful hormones. Dr. Cutler reported that women who enjoyed regular sex had significantly higher levels of estrogen in their blood than those who did not. Estrogen is responsible for maintaining a healthy cardiovascular system, reducing bad cholesterol, reducing high cholesterol, increasing bone density, and maintaining smooth skin. There is also a lot of evidence that sex is beneficial for brain function. When you reach orgasm, DHEA levels are many times higher than normal. DHEA improves brain function, balances the immune system, maintains and repairs tissue, promotes healthy skin, and promotes cardiovascular health. Testosterone also increases through regular sexual activity. Testosterone can help strengthen bones and muscles and also contributes to a healthy heart and brain. People with low testosterone levels are twice as likely to develop Alzheimer's than those without. If you're not interested in sex, your memory may be at risk. David Weeks, a neuropsychologist at the Royal Edinburgh Hospital in England, studied more than 3,500 men and women between the ages of 18 and 102. The secret to the youth of the super young, who look 7 to 12 years younger than their age, was an active sex life, and they had sex at least 3 times a week. Dr. Weeks analyzed that it is because growth hormone is secreted during sexual intercourse. 5. Reduces the risk of prostate and breast cancer. A study by Australian Cancer Council Dr. Graham Giles found that the more you ejaculate, the lower your risk of prostate cancer. The increase in oxytocin and DHEA associated with orgasm may reduce cancer risk. Sex less than once a month was associated with a higher risk of breast cancer. 6. Restful sleep. Orgasm spikes oxytocin and endorphins, which can act as sedatives. One study found that 32% of 1,866 American women who reported masturbation over a 3-month period helped them sleep. 7. Pain relief. Orgasm can also help treat pain. According to a study by Beverly Whipple and Barry Komisarek at the University of New Jersey in the United States, right before orgasm, oxytocin secretion rises up to 5 times the normal level. It releases endorphins to relieve pain. For women, sex stimulates the production of estrogen, which can reduce the pain of PMS. 8. Migraine relief. According to a study from the School of Medicine at Southern Illinois University in the U.S., orgasm can help relieve migraines. Using orgasm therapy to relieve migraines isn't as reliable as prescription drugs, but it works much faster, is cheaper, has fewer side effects, and is more fun. 9. Depression treatment. People who engage in regular sexual activity experience less depression. A study by Gordon Gallup, a psychology professor at the State University of New York, found that men whose partners did not use condoms were less likely to be depressed than women whose partners used condoms. One theory is that prostaglandins, hormones found in semen, are absorbed into the vagina and may regulate female hormones and mood. 10. Improving your sense of smell. Production of the hormone prolactin spikes after sex. This causes stem cells in the brain to develop new neurons in the brain's olfactory bulb and olfactory center, improving the sense of smell. 11. Weight loss, aerobic exercise. One of the biggest benefits of sex is aerobic exercise. 30 minutes of sexual intercourse burns 200 kilocalories and is equivalent to running vigorously. During orgasm, both heart rate and blood pressure double under the influence of oxytocin. 12. Happiness. David Bulchflower, a professor at Dartmouth College in the US, and Andrew Oswald, a professor at Warwick University in the UK, evaluated the sexual activity of 16,000 people and found that sex had a positive effect on happiness. The happiest people in this study were married people who had more sex. Increasing sex from once a month to once a week equals an extra $50,000 in income for Americans, a lasting marriage equals an extra $100,000 in happiness per year, and a divorce equals an extra $100,000 per year. It has been estimated that it depletes $66,000 worth of happiness each year. Eating an apple every day keeps the doctor away. It may also be true that experiencing an orgasm every day can keep the doctor away. In other words, sex is conducive to longevity and happiness, and frequent sexual activity is good for health. If you have sex, your risk of getting sick is much lower, and your chances of survival are much higher.